Hello and welcome to how I play my level 115 Beastlord. So let's talk about spells. Let's talk about gear. We'll talk about how I have my multibind set up, and I do provide some options for doing it slightly different, but for the most part, I like what I'm doing. And we'll talk about AAs and where to focus those at the end. All right, so first up we have Restless Lance. This is the first spell I cast. It's a 11,000 nuke, timer 11. Next up we have Frozen Malignance. This is a timer 14, and it does, what is that? 8,900 poison, 7,500 cold, and increases our hatred slightly. So, Maelstrom. So this is another timer 15. So this is all three different timers. You got to watch that on these spells. This one does a poison for 8,400, disease for 8,900, and ice for 8,200. So it's a three different elements in one. So it'll be pretty nice. And then there is one that will be repeated when you do that, right? So it's a little bit weird in that regard. Like, so if I go over here and I cast Maelstrom, so I get ice, poison, disease, and then I get another ice, right? So I mean, that's a lot of damage in one hit, right? So keep that in mind. Next up we have Blood Maw's Bite, which is a 14,000 poison nuke, timer 6. These are all near instant casts, so that's really nice. Then we have Gricklor's Feralgia. This is our swarm pet with Growl combined into it, so it increases the maximum hit points, increases melee damage too, so it's really nice. Then I have Mending. So this is our target of target heal. I really like this. I like to keep it up at all times, so while I'm fighting the mob, I can hit this, right? I have it on 6. It will heal whoever is taking damage. So it's really nice to put in there. And I'll show where to put that into the multi-bind if you want to do it all the time. Right now I have it just on 6. And then we have a Sympathetic Warder. Now this is a buff you can put on your warder to make them heal the person that is the highest on the hatred, right? So this is another target heal. It'll do 48 seconds or 16 heals. So it's pretty nice. I believe it's a downgrade over the previous version, which was like unlimited. So it's kind of like you got to recast it, but I have it in my short duration buffs, so I cast it quite a bit. It's quite nice. Composite Fury. This is our progressive spell. It's quite costly at 12,000 mana. 8,800 reduced, but it's near instant cast, and it will do quite a bit. It increases the chance for the pet to flurry by 92%, lowers the amount of damage you take from damage shields by 291, increases the chance you'll flurry by 38, adds a chance for your pet to rampage, speeds up melee attacks for 12 seconds, and increases hit points, mana, and endurance when it hits. So it's kind of like a single hit paragon, if you will. Now that hits everybody in the group when I hit that, so it's pretty nice. Everybody gets that. All the pets get benefit and whatnot. And then we have Iktar's Blood, which is a it's a dot, but it does 18,000 on initial hit and then 17,000 a tick. We'll see how that works out here when we start doing this here in a second with the multibind. And then I have Indicora, Indicause, I don't even know how you say that, Chill, which is a ice dot. It does 16,000 initial and 15,000 over time. Shared Merciless Ferocity, which is, it's not that long of a recast time, but it is longer than I would want to wait around, so I just keep it memorized at all times. Increases everybody's resist, gives them a chance to triple attack, and gives a huge attack rating. Now, you'll notice this is a level 100 spell. It never gets updated again. So the best thing we could do here is go get the rank 3 of this, which I believe is slightly better. So that's something we're going to eventually do. That is, I think, a Call of the Forsaken raid we'll have to go do for that. Maybe another one of those, but we might be able to do it with 6 characters. I don't know. And then we have Hora Sung's Aggression. This just makes the warder more aggressive, generates less hatred, increases its accuracy, gives it more damage. It loses 11% of its maximum health and armor class, so it's not very tankable. I do have Taunt on, so he does taunt off my Shadow Knight every once in a while, but the pets are so overpowered in this game, especially since I do have a raid. I have a Burning Lands raid earring, which, you know, it brought him up 2 levels, like no joke, right? He was he's what, 114 right now. With the previous earring I had, this one here, right, you can see, so this is enhanced minion 21 versus 27, right? That brought my pet up, like it brought him up 2 levels, and so he's better just by switching the earring out, right? I gave the current raid one to my mage, and I gave this one, the herald one, to this character. So that is, so, you know, it's really important. But the pet is able to, you know, off tank for a considered amount of time, right, without heals. So it's pretty nice. And then I do keep the warder memorized at all times because I have had the pet die. It dies in certain cases, so I like to just be able to click that and send it back in, and, you know, I don't even bother buffing it until I get back to buffing. But for the most part, just having it out there is, you know, a significant amount of my damage. All right, so that's the spells I keep memorized at all times. Now I do switch in Allies Unity. This is the pet buff. It will give all the haste and stuff that we can cast: velocity, astounding velocity, exceptional velocity, spirit of Mandariki, or whatever the current level one is. So I do Reclaimer's Unity, which is our current level. It does both of our spirit. I don't think these are the right level. Let's see here. Are these the current level ones? Yeah, they are. These, I cast them myself. There we go. These are our current level HP buff and regen buff. So this regen buff gives endurance regen, mana regen, HP regen, and the other one gives us like 4,000 hit points, right? So it's pretty nice. That's in one spell from the Reclaimer's Unity, so it's pretty convenient. And then we have Spirit of Taltak. Let me actually cast that one real quick. I don't think I have it on at the moment. But Spirit of Taltak, we can click on it right now. Fills your group with the Spirit of Taltak and increases your run speed and attack rating. So anything that increases my attack is very useful, so I try to keep that on at all times. I believe this character died not too long ago, and I haven't done rebuff since. All right, so that's everything I have spell-wise that I memorized, right? Now there's some other stuff, but we're going to talk about the multibind. If you don't know what a multibind is, it is when you take your hotbar and you bind every single button on there. You can see every single one of these buttons is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So if I push 5, one of those things is going to activate. Typically it's in this order, like this, but AAs kind of act differently versus spells. So the first thing I do is, is assist. I get my extended target 19, which is whatever my tank is targeting. I turn on my melee attacks. I pet attack, I pet swarm. I have swarm pets, I have a pet. They need to be going as soon as possible. Then we do composite fury, restless lance, frozen malignance, blood maw's bite, Phryalgia, so our swarm pet, Maelstrom, and then Iktar's blood. Now, Iktar's blood can be swapped out for the Endakari's chill or mending, depending on what you want to do. So my multibind will not cast any spells that are past this in the way it's currently laid out. There might be some optimization I can do, but I haven't figured it out yet, and I just haven't spent the time. I feel like I would spend more time on it at 125. Now, if I want to get more heals, I just swap out the poison and pop them there. These are just dead buttons right here. I can keep them easy to switch in and out. If I'm fighting something that's resistant to poison, I swap in the cold, right? It just depends on what I'm fighting and what I'm doing. Now, if I manually, say I'm fighting a mob that's got a lot of hit points, I'm going to put both dots on that mob, right? Like I'm going to manually come over to this screen and dot him up. I do have a dot button here that'll cast 9 and 10. So if I do, what is that? A numpad 4, I'll cast both dots. It just depends on, what is going on, right? Most of the time, if you watch the Hobbs and Friends series where I play this character, you'll see that the mobs are not, living long enough for me to even care to do anything except like look at it, right? They just die so fast. Now, as we get higher level, that goes away, right? The mobs go from, 10 million hit points to 100 million hit points to 1 billion hit points, right? And as we get closer to that 1 billion hit points, right? We're not going to be doing more than, as a group, let's say 5 million DPS. So that's, that's a lot of time to kill, a mob with 1 billion hit points. So having the dots running is beneficial in those cases, but most of the time I don't worry about it. Now, I do the poison dot most of the time just for that extra initial damage. And you'll see when we do this, it ticks a few times, but it gets recast quite a bit. All right. And then we do all our disciplines in AA. So we have Mangle. Now, Mangle, I believe, is our synergy ability right here. Batter. Do I not even have the right one? Don't have the right one, do I? Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. There we go, Batter. Yoink. I knew I forgot something. It tells you how close I pay attention to some of this stuff. Batter assaults your target with 3 savage hand-to-hand attacks, right? So this is timer 9, 30-second reuse. Really nice. This is also our synergy ability, which triggers Primalist Synergy, which increases the damage of 20 melee attacks by 14,000, right? So every time I hit, like if I hit it right now, target him, Batter, right? We get right here, Primalist Synergy. So 14,000 on our melee hits, right? If I go smashing, I target him and I just start whacking away. All my hits, I went through it so fast that I don't even, like you see how fast I'm doing melee attacks, right? Dual wielding is crazy. So as soon as this pops up, so we're doing, what is that, 5,000, 4,000. As soon as we hit it, when it pops up here in a second, they're all huge, right? It's a definite ADPS increase because everybody in the group gets this for, the 20 melee attacks. So definitely something you want to be doing on cooldown every 30 seconds is pretty nice. And then it goes to 21,000 next rank. But definitely like an increase. Like it just, look at how much damage we're doing just doing swinging there. Now, and I don't even have updated like weapons. I haven't updated them since 105. So like I don't even have better weapons yet. So it's pretty nice. Next up, we have Attack of the Warder. Now, this is another Sworn Pet summons a level 114 Warder to attack your target for 80 seconds. It's pretty nice. Maelstrom of Claws, another discipline. This one will strike 3 targets in front of us with a base melee attack of 364, 364, 436, and 400. Then we have Bestial Savagery. Now, this one did get updated. So this is a 106 discipline, but doesn't seem to have gotten updated as I can tell. Increases the minimum melee damage, increases your chance to hit harder, accuracy, blah, blah, blah. Everything just goes better, right? It's just a nice little thing. It is a 1 minute duration, 30-second reuse, so you can pretty much keep it up at all times. Spiritual Frenzy, which is called Frenzy of Spirit when you go into the AAs. Increases your melee speed by 100%, attack power by 650, and reduces your weapon delay by 60%. This is a 12-minute reuse, and that's, you know, obviously 2 minutes over my normal what I cut off for like clicking versus burns, right? And I don't believe I even put it in here. No, I didn't. So I just do it on cooldown because there's so many abilities that I just totally forget to use them most of the time. So it's something I do. Roar of Thunder. This is a 4-minute reuse, but it does 40,000 damage and reduces the target's hatred by me by 130,000 and debuffs them with some debuffs. So it's a nice little thing to just use. Now, I do group Beastie Alignment on cooldown. It's a 12-minute reuse, but I do Beastie Alignment, the single target itself, one as my burn. Now, arguably, you know, you can do it however you want, right? I'm just lazy at hitting anything else. Like, I do what's on my multibind, and I don't do much else. Now, I wouldn't probably activate this at all unless it was a burn. Otherwise, if I was playing like a single Beastlord, but since I'm playing it in a group, I just do it on cooldown, and it benefits everybody in the group. Gets, you know, a little bit of action there. And I feel like that's probably the best way for me to do it. You might have a different opinion. Warder's Gift. Now, this will consume 15% of our Warder's health and give us 70,000 health. So it's just like a little heal every 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now this character takes damage. I don't like. There's something in this multibind that does AOE's sometimes, depending on how I swap them in and out. And when I do the AOE's, she takes damage. You know, there's AOE damage too, so I just, you know, do it on cooldown. It's a 2 minute and 30 second reuse, and the warder health doesn't even matter, because it gets rehealed instantly, so not a big deal. Enduring Frenzy. So this is marks our target with runes that with 160% chance. Enduring Frenzy Restoration. Attackers when the creature is struck, restoring 4,000 endurance. So it's a nice little endurance regen on a 5-minute cooldown. Frenzied Swipes. Activated, reduces the reuse time of your round kick by 4 seconds. Now, obviously, this is 20 minutes, but for some reason I put it in here. I don't know what my thought process there was. I believe it's also up here in one of my burns. It's not. I think I just like a round kick. You know, I don't even think I have auto. Is it even auto skill? I didn't see her kicking the whole time. There it is. She kicked. All right. Reflexive Riving. So this is our current level. Reflexive Riving, timer 19. This will restore endurance to the group. So deliver hand-to-hand attack and restores 10,000 endurance. Wow. And then finally, Chameleon Strike. When activated, strikes your target with a hand-to-hand attack of a base damage of 200, reducing their hatred for you by 7,500. So it's a nice little bonus of there. All right, so that's my multi-bind. That's that which switched. You know, it seems to be a thing. I switch these up a lot. I spend a lot of time working on these, but then sometimes you miss things, right? Now I do buff my warder with aggression. Sympathetic Warder, Taste of Blood, Hobble of Spirits a lot, right? Like whenever he needs it. These are permanent buffs here, the 2 AAs, but the Sympathetic Warder is like every minute, and Aggression, I believe it's like a longer term one. It's Warder Savagery, where is it at here? There we go. Aggression's an hour, so you don't have to recast it as much, but definitely worth doing. Now for my burns, I do Spire of Rancor, Beastie Alignment, Forceful Rejuvenation, Savage Rage, right? So this increases everybody's damage and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's pretty much basically how it does. This one, Beastie Alignment, is a single target one that only does myself. Increases my melee damage by 300% and a 45% chance to resist spells. It also turns me into a tree. I believe I have that blocked, but I can't remember. Force of Rejuvenation will reset any timer, so I got going on over here. The breastplate, right here. I have a snowbound breastplate, which is okay. It does Fury of the Beast, Fury of the Warder on yourself, allowing your warder's next 8 bash attacks to do 46,000 damage. Pretty nice. A little extra damage there. Savage Rancor, which is in the next button, I believe. Nope. Where is it? Savage Rancor. Feel like that is 104. Is there a timer 3? Am I like, did I not update this button? Savage Rage. Ah, there it is. That burn button didn't get updated. There we go. So Savage Rancor right here. I updated the button here, but I guess I didn't update the hot button. This consumes the warder and yourself in a Savage Rage, greatly increasing the melee damage for 36 seconds. Really nice. Does not look like it gets an upgrade from 104. I don't know if that goes beyond 104. Maybe it's at 120. We'll find out at some point. Bloodlust. This activates 100% chance for my weapons to trigger. So my procs will trigger. So like if you have a stun weapon, I know Blarp does on the final fuge, he activates this and just permanently keeps the final boss stunned with his stun weapon. So that's something to keep in mind there. Pretty nice. Use it on burn. Then we have Ripitu's Fury, which is right here. This is a 98. Why? All right, this spell has not been updated. There's no more timer force. It has not been updated since 98, so this would be another candidate for getting the rank 3 from a raid if you are, wanting to do that, because this one will never get updated, I guess. Imbues your group with Nature's Fury, increasing damage mitigation and weapon speed, while increasing the chance for your pets and you to perform a flurry of attacks. So more damage, obviously, more damage. And then Venon's Vindication, which got updated here to this one. So this is Ictatar's Vindication. I don't know. I feel like I just missed that one. Maybe it's because this is damage over time, damage increase, and I don't use damage over times that much, but there it is. Ictatar's Vindication. Update stat, it's a 7-minute reuse, 0-second duration, but it lasts for 1 minute, so that means it does not show up over here on this one. It's just a buff that gets thrown out there. And then I guess finally on this one we have Blooddrinker's Coating, which is my little clicky vampiric aura. 2% of my melee damage comes back as health. Really nice on like something with a damage shield. You can kind of negate a lot of the damage shield damage and stuff like that if you can't dispel it. There we go. What is the Maelstrom or Claws? Let's just make sure I got all these right. I don't do those ones. All right, perfect. So that's good. And something else to bring up, I don't know if I bring it up ever, is Paragon is extremely important. It's the 100% the reason why there's a Beastlord in this group is only Paragon, because I was doing 3x mages and I just could not keep up with the amount of medding that I needed to do. So this is a way to get resources back. What is this? Health regeneration by 9,000, mana regeneration by 35,000, and endurance regeneration by 900 for 36 seconds. Every 10 minutes. It's pretty nice. I would almost put it in my multibind if I thought it would be worth doing, because it is just so good. There's also focused Paragon, which a little bit lesser of a version. You can target anybody and give it to them. Which is really good. I do it on the Bard a lot. I'm surprised I don't even have a hotkey for that, but it is quite a thing. And yeah. Let's see if there's anything else here that's important. I don't think so, yeah. So let's talk about gear. The most important thing, I think, is the earring, right? I think that's the most important one. The next one, I believe, is going to be the gloves, which are cold-based nuke focus. You're going to want the best gloves you can get. Let's see here. We got poison, so that's going to be like a bracer, right? Yeah, bracer is poison, so you're gonna want the best bracer you can get. No, let's see here. Arms, cleave, breastplate. The brace. I mean, let's like take a look at the breastplate, right? So the focus effect on the breastplate increases the base damage of your frozen malignant's poison, frozen toxin poison, frozen miasma poison, and frozen carbonite poison, right? So if we take a look at frozen malignants right here, you see that it inflicts frozen malignants, which increases all those damage, right? So this is a nice little buff to it, 7% extra and stuff like that. So that's some kind of something to consider there. I don't know where frozen toxin poison comes from. That's 108. Oh, these are just the previous ranks. Yeah, 103. Yeah. So it's just that one spell. So it increases that base damage. You could probably increase the base damage on the other ones if you used it, but those are kind of just older spells. I wouldn't use them anyway, by 7%. So that's pretty nice to have there also. You're going to want the best weapons you can get, like, and fast weapons. You're going to want the 18 delay, one hand blunt, main hand, and then the 18 delay guitar offhand. Unless you want to do what I'm doing here with a stonemason's hammer and have the target healing. Just depends on how you want to play that yourself. Let's see here. The necklace is a good focus because it does healing. And I am doing target healing, so you would get a little benefit out of that. Let's see here. We're on range. I think that's like about it. Like, you want to obviously upgrade all your gear and get as high heroic dexterity as you can possibly get. But, well, I guess you want to get until you get 300 of these, right? I think accuracy, yeah, see here it says next point at 300, 504 heroic dexterity, right? That's agility, heroic combat effects. So you want to max these out, right? That's kind of the goal. See, these all tell you where they all come from and stuff like that. Now, I don't believe these damage mods down here are like easy to get. Like, I think it's hard to find some of this stuff. You can see like kick damage on the boots, right? And then I think kick damage on the bracer, kick damage, or should be punch damage on the gloves, but I guess not. More kick damage on the boots there. So you're going to want to like focus on some of that stuff, but it's just the class gear that you're going to get anyway. So not really anything you can really think about there, but you want to max those out as much as you can. It's just kind of hard without raid gear. And then you can see here is all the different heroic stats have different uses, and you can see them there. So depending on what you want to do, like avoidance and not avoidance, accuracy is gonna really increase your damage. Combat effects is gonna just proc more. This one's heroic wisdom. I don't know why this character has so much heroic wisdom. There's gotta be something going on there, but yeah. So there we go. I don't think I have anything else, right? I'm looking at this, and I'm not seeing anything else that I haven't covered. So if there's any questions or comments, please let me know, and we can talk about them. I will link the official Beastlord Discord if you like have more detailed questions that I probably won't be able to answer. The runner of that, Blarp, he's in my Discord. He's in the Beastlord Discord. Definitely answers a lot of questions related to Beastlord related stuff, and he knows way more about this than I will ever know. And so that is definitely a resource you should ask if you have any like serious Beastlord questions. Mine's obviously a box Beastlord versus a main Beastlord, so there is a significant difference in how you would play. But the gist of this is it'll work for most of it. But to get really optimized and, you know, almost, let's say, raid ready, you would want to talk to Blarp in any of those Discords, and he's always happy to help and answer questions. He enjoys it from what he says. So Thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.